In the desert, 30 meters underground in Egypt, archaeologists are taking stones off a wall with great care, hoping to find something very remarkable. They are trying to find evidence of an unknown burial ground that might go back thousands of years. The work is dangerous, but the reward could be groundbreaking, a discovery that might unveil secrets about life and death in ancient Egypt. "Ramadan, look here! This is incredible," one of the team members exclaims. Dr. Ramadan Hussein, an Egyptologist, leads this exploration under Saqqara, home to the world's oldest pyramids. His team is investigating a newly discovered, astonishing archaeological site. Among their findings are some of the most exquisite mummies ever seen, buried over 2,500 years ago. This was a place where the bodies of both the rich and the poor were placed to rest, carefully mummified and placed deep underground. What makes this site extraordinary is the indication of preparation for mummification evidence, which will redefine our thought about the old Egyptian funeral business. It has come to pass where shafts, carved into solid limestone, one of which is no less than 13 meters deep, where embalmers would go to store some of their tooling and all the materials of mummification. Using modern laser scanning technology, the team is creating high-resolution maps of the site, above and below ground. One shaft, 30 meters deep, leads to a network of burial chambers untouched for thousands of years. Pottery found here dates back to around 600 BCE, a period when mummification was at its peak. Dr. Ramadan aims at unraveling all the secrets of this site, hence shedding new light upon the mysterious burial practices by the ancient Egyptians. A descent along steep shafts reaches into chambers, holding treasures for afterlife, including dozens of vessels containing original mummification oils. Dr. Salima Ikram is a project consultant and views the site as an important time capsule for beliefs among the ancient Egyptians. To them, heavy investments in afterlife would enable preservation of the body, as that allowed the soul to come back into the preserved body to bring it to life. Mummification thus formed an essential ritual towards attaining a good afterlife. The chambers reveal dramatic contrasts. Some mummies are wrapped in fine linen and covered with gold, a testament to the wealth of their owners. Others were buried with little ceremony at all, belonging to the poor, wrapped in cloth, or left as skeletons. Such is the contrast that brings to light how burial practices differed according to social standing. It also gives enlightenment on the ancient funeral industry. This mummification was a blooming business, with the payment of different prices by their embalmers, depending upon the richness of the death. The same burial may be served for both aristocrats and poor, using leftover space for maximum business. One of the most interesting shafts contains a limestone sarcophagus, unlike any other, containing a single body. Its placement does suggest that this person was buried separately for some reason. Initial scans reveal artifacts surrounding the sarcophagus, now protected in storage. Among the treasures discovered are a group of 405 shabtis, figurines depicting servants for the afterlife. They are engraved with the name Tadihor, meaning the grave is of a woman. Thousands of years pass by and give her back an identity. The team then proceeds to the very challenging task of opening the 5,000-kilogram lid of the sarcophagus in the hope of finding a mummy inside. In another chamber, they encounter a massive stone sarcophagus weighing 12 tons. This burial chamber with 3-meter-high ceilings is the site's largest sarcophagus and presents yet another mystery waiting to be unraveled. This article bases its narration on the archaeological discovery of Egypt and traditions associated with tombs. The discovery was about the mummy of an ancient woman named Tadihor, and it explained how mummies were made, plus the relevance of objects found in the tomb. Let's break this down into simple points. Discovery of the tomb, an initial glimpse. It was for the first time the opening of the tomb of Tadihor revealed a layer of sand around the coffin with stuffs related to the rite of mummification. Beautiful stone jars found carved had served purposes to store removed organs at the time of mummification. In general, names of the owner are imprinted on jars. Egyptian beliefs. Ancient Egyptians believed in the afterlife. They believed that the soul of the deceased would travel to the other world with the sun god, Ra. This journey was symbolized by the boat of the sun god. A small boat was also found in Tadihor's tomb. Coffin and tomb status. Tadihor was buried in a stone coffin, reflecting her status and social prestige. The design of the coffin and the objects inside revealed that she was rich. Archaeological technology and digital modeling. 3D photogrammetry is one of the modern techniques that has enabled the creation of a digital model of the coffin and the mummy without damaging it, so it can be studied. Physical examination and findings. Tadihor's mummy was examined. She died at the age of 40 to 45 and had mild arthritis. Her arm position indicated whether she was related to royalty or was religious. Reusing tradition. Reuse is the common practice in traditions in ancient Egypt. First, there was a reason of limited space and insufficient resources, so coffins were reused for economic needs. Legacy of ancient Egypt. Tadihor's tomb and the things found in it are vital parts of Egypt's rich culture and history. The find also sheds light on how much time, money, and effort the Egyptians spent giving their dead a dignified farewell. This is more than a tale of a mummy of an ancient Egyptian, but a document of the mores and beliefs that made up the life of an Egyptian some millennia ago. Detailed insights from X-rays. X-rays provide more information, revealing solid objects and markings, possibly caused by amulets. These amulets were part of burial rituals, and their cost was covered by the deceased. Amulets were often placed within the mummy's wrappings. An interesting find includes an amulet shaped like a headpiece and the Eye of Horus, which symbolizes protection. These amulets, as in the X-rays, form the conclusive evidence of Tadihor's richness and position in the society. Several amulets are present on Tadihor's mummy. Thus, it forms evidence for statements made over other tombs' archaeological materials like canopic jars, shabdi idols, and resin-covered cups, alluding that Tadihor was an important lady, further testified by the stone sarcophagus that she occupied. The mummification process and tomb findings. Tadihor's mummy forms just one chapter of the story of the site. Scans and excavations revealed not only her tomb, but the areas used for the very intricate 70-day process of mummification. Her body was likely taken to the site, washed, oiled, treated with resin, and then wrapped up in linen before she lay in the tomb. The process of mummification included the removal of internal organs, drying of the body with palm wine, and applying resin and oil to preserve it. The cost of mummification varied greatly because of the quality of materials and the skill level of the embalmers. Evidence of the subterranean mummification site. A mystifying shaft adjacent to the room. Number 24 appears to be a subterranean mummification place. An expert in the subject of mummification was invited to analyze evidence within this chamber. The internal chamber has a cool air atmosphere with ventilation, perfect for a decaying body not to degenerate quickly. Proof: incense burner of this scale and a small carven stone gutter or drain is conclusive for using this place for preserving and processing the bodies. Mummification as a craft and business. The embalming process was not only a ritual, but also a well-organized business. Embalmers operated based on clients' budgets, offering options ranging from premium resins and oils to basic materials. This business-savvy approach likely led embalmers to establish underground workshops like the one discovered. Sacred real estate of Saqqara. Saqqara has been an important burial ground near the ancient city of Memphis for over 3,000 years. The most famous monument of this place is the step pyramid of King Djoser, built in the 27th century BCE. Close to the site, an Ibu structure was discovered, a purification tent for embalming rituals. This is the first direct evidence of mummification workshops, which combines a workshop for the removal of organs and a preparation tent. Significance of the discovery. These discoveries open up new avenues for gaining insight into ancient Egyptian funerary practices, enabling scholars to piece together how mummification and burial rituals were conducted. While so much was known about the process of mummification, there was no knowledge about where it was conducted. The site offers a glimpse of the practical and ritualistic dimensions of ancient Egyptian life in relation to death culture and economy. Conclusion: this groundbreaking discovery enriches our understanding of Egyptian archaeology and mummification practices. The findings at Saqqara reveal that even after thousands of years, there are still mysteries waiting to be uncovered about ancient Egypt's traditions, beliefs, and innovations.